What's going on, everyone? This is Zach with StrictlyShisha, and I am doing a review today of Stone Hookah Bowls by Brandon George, and this is the Genesis model. And I always love doing reviews of innovative hookah products that are always pushing the norm. So stoneware. Stoneware has been very popular in the kitchen because it heats very evenly, and a lot of people prefer it over traditional metalware because it's 100% safe and there are no real chemicals added to it. So I guess Brandon was kind of inspired by this and wanted to implement it into a hookah bowl. So the word stoneware, I kind of think of like actually carved from stone. But from my understanding, this is my independent research, stoneware kind of refers to the actual materials used and the composition of, I wouldn't call it clay, but the stoneware that they use to actually make these bowls. So Brandon specifically chose this proprietary blend of materials because of the way it heats up and the temperature that it heats to. So from what I understand, he designed the bowl to heat to a certain temperature and kind of maintain that temperature throughout. So I will actually cut out right now to an up close of the bowl itself. So I want to do a up close in comparison to two other popular bowls on the market. The first one is going to be everyone's favorite for the longest time. This was the Hookah John Harmony Bowl. As you guys can see here, the heights are very similar in diameter, but the Stone Bowl has a much larger opening for airflow. The other bowl is the Goodfella V3. This bowl is known to have very good airflow and good heating. As you can see here, the openings on both of the bowls are very similar in size. I would say the Stone Bowl appears to be a little bit larger, but that is due to the thickness of the walls. I'd say they're roughly about the same size, and in comparison, they are about the size of a nickel. A dime actually falls through. So other than being a top quality bowl, everything about this bowl pretty much screams that it's going to have good airflow, and most of the design features reinforce even heating throughout the bowl. So I'll start by saying that all the surfaces are perfectly even, the lines are really straight, and there's a lot of attention to detail in this bowl. But some of the features that I would say are unique about this bowl is obviously the composition of the stoneware, but we'll get into that. The thickness of the stoneware. As you can see, this signature design by Brandon George, this is what he calls the Shisha River or Juice River. He believes that this river here, this groove, will collect juices from wet tobaccos and help reinforce flavor throughout the session and help evenly heat the tobacco. Similarly, with drier tobaccos, this kind of creates like an air pocket to help evenly heat the bottom layer of the tobacco. The spire here has these rook-like grooves that we're starting to see more often with other bowls, and what these do is they basically allow the spire to be high enough where it helps evenly heat the inside row of this tobacco and without interrupting airflow and causing foil drag. So thankfully this bowl actually has the perfect spire height as well, so it's a double feature. The spire is not too high, so you don't have to worry about foil drag, but hypothetically this helps just increase the airflow throughout the bowl evenly on all sides. One thing that I really like about this is these grooves are not too low. If they were any lower, you would really have to worry about juices kind of seeping down the stem here, and you don't have to worry about that. They are the perfect height to just aid in airflow without really hindering the performance of the bowl. So as you saw in the up close, this is a very well made bowl, and a lot of features of this bowl really exemplify Brandon's goal to have perfect airflow and even heating throughout. So practically speaking though, I didn't mention this, but everything from the design of the inner shaft of this, I mean, this is one of the most perfect fitting bowls on a hookah. The way he has the inner chamber set and how it tapers perfectly, I mean, it fits so nicely with a traditional Egyptian grommet on the bowl. Oh, and I just mentioned this, look how I'm grabbing this bowl. It's not even that hot. I can actually grab this all the way up to the foil without burning myself. But yeah, let's go back to what I was saying. So, right now I'm smoking on my Khalil Mamoon Kamanja. I'm using my Dream Hybrid Edition hose, which I did a review on this, so check it out if you guys are interested in that. I'm using 4 titanium coals, and that's more than I typically use on most of my bowls, because as I mentioned, this bowl is able to take the heat, and it doesn't overheat, which is one of the unique qualities of this bowl. I can put 4 coals on this bowl, and it doesn't overheat. It kind of just settles into that perfect heating of this bowl, and I'm getting big clouds and big flavor throughout without it burning. And then as soon as the coals kind of dwindle down a little bit, as soon as I add on more coal, it just settles right back into that perfect temperature. So, I mean, this bowl performs very well. It gets good airflow. I mean, when I actually empty out this bowl, you see the tobacco is burnt evenly. Overall, I mean, this is a perfect bowl. It works very well. So this actually is compatible with the Lotus if you are a Lotus lover. And I'll actually have some pictures overlaid right now of me using the Lotus with it and how it sits on there. And I want to ruin it for Brandon, but Brandon has a really cool model coming out. And I've never seen a clay model integrate with the Lotus like how his new model does. But I'll let him do the honors of kind of showing that model off for you guys when he is ready. So kind of keep an eye out for that. I mean, the design is just going to blow your mind. So in summary, this bowl performs very well. It does everything that Brandon George kind of advertised that it does. I mean, I get great airflow. It heats tobacco very evenly. I'm getting bold flavor from this because I'm able to load on the heat without the tobacco actually burning. It's kind of like baking the tobacco, so I get full flavor, big clouds. The only thing is I just have to say that you guys have to keep the heat even, kind of keep the heat loaded on there, keep coals fresh, so you get those great results. One more thing I want to mention is that I guess the durability of this bowl, he advertises that it is very durable. I'm not going to go drop it off a building or anything to test that out, but he says because it is fired at a much higher temperature, it's supposed to be more durable than your traditional earthenware clay bowls. So I'm not really going to test that out, but it seems pretty durable. I've gone back and forth with this between houses and traveling and stuff, and it works very well. It's stood up to the test of time so far. But yeah, in terms of stoneware, I'm excited to try new models by Brandon. Like I said, I make any bowl smoke very well. I got my heat management down. I know how to pack a good bowl. So it's hard for me to really test out the performance of this bowl because I make a lot of bowl smoke really well. But on some of the things I've really noticed that, that you just can't deny. The fact that you can load on a lot of heat without it burning, there's no really deny that that works very well. And that this stoneware is different from traditional earthenware clay. Thank you, Brandon, for letting me try this out. And congratulations on putting out such a cool product. Thank you guys very much for watching, and this was my review of the stoneware bowl. And I'll put all Brandon's information in the description below. Last I checked, his website was still under construction. But I'll put his Instagram and some contact information on there if you guys are interested in picking one of these up. And some of my other friends, I know Muhammad and a few other guys, have tested out these bowls as well, and they really like them. So if you are someone who is a bowl collector or you just like new hookah products, this is definitely something to add to your collection and use on a daily basis. Thank you guys very much for watching. Take care.